hello, today we're going to learn about relations and functions. All right, a relation is just a set of ordered points. So any point is always x, y. All right? Your x is considered your domain or input. Your y point is always considered your range and your output. So that's how a point always is. So it won't be yx, it'll always be xy, domain input, range output. So if I had, so an example would be if I had John in 45. So that's his name and age. So that's my domain and that's my range. Right? So what this is saying is anytime this year that I'm asking about John, it's 45. So my domain, range, name, age, domain, range, or input, output. Same thing with 5 and 6. That's my domain, that's my range every time. All right, this is what is called a set. All right, this is just a set of relations is what it is. So now, if I ask you for what is the domain of this set of relations, all you have to do then is give me all the x points of each point. So this is a point, this is a point, this is a point. So 2, 4, and -7. You're supposed to put them in order, but for this example, I'm not going to. And then I want my range. What's my range? It's just a second point. 6, 5, and 8. Now what if I added another point to this set? Let's say I add in 10, -2. All right? All I do then is I just add my new domain and range. So I have the first point be 10, the second point, and this is going to drive me crazy, so I have to put it up here. -2, my first one, and I got to move that -7. That's driving me crazy, that's not in order. There you go. Domain and range of sets. All right, now we're going to talk about the representation of relations and functions. There's 3 main ones: graphing, mapping, and a table. Now we're not talking about whether something's a function or not right now. We're just showing how relations and functions might be shown. So for this one, we're going to use 3 different points. I'm going to show you the 3 different ways they'll be shown. So I'm going to use the points 1, 7, 2, 9, and 3, 5. And that is my set of relations. Now let me show you how each one is shown. So with the graph, I have up to 5 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to graph my first point, 1, 7, 2, 9, 3, 5. All right? That's how you would represent this set of relations on a graph. All you have to do is just graph the points. No line drawn necessary, just a bunch of points. All right? Mapping. Mapping, this might be new for you. I really don't know. All right? So now I write my points. So let's say this is my x and this is my y, or my domain and range, my input, output. So I put all my x points in here, 1, 2, and 3. I put all my range or y points in this one. So now you just connect them. So 1 to 7, 2 to 9, 3 to 5. Now it won't always be directly across from that. Another way this can be written, so x, y, we'll still do 1, 2, 3 here. But over here we'll do 5, 7, and 9. All right, now we just have to connect the dots. So 1 and 7, 2 and 9, 3 and 5. All you're doing is just basically drawing lines from one to the other of its matching counterpart. So, because every input only has one output, the 1 will always go to 7, the 2 will always go to 9, the 3 will always go to 5. There's other ways to show this, but there you go. That's mapping. And the last one is a table. The table you've definitely seen before. All it is an X, Y table. And all you do is just write the points in. 1, 7, 2, 9, 3, 5. Right? And that's how they will be represented to you. It's just a weird question from the program that we use, and I'm going to answer it. So it says, which is not a correct way to represent the relation? The second number is 1 less than 3. Less than 3 times the first number. All right, so what you're going to write there is y equals 1 minus 3x. There you go. That's the best way to do it. It really has nothing to do with relations. They're just going back to something from first semester, but that's your answer for it. All right, now that we talk about relations, now we have to talk about functions. So with functions, every input has only one output, right? So it's like saying, if I put pizza into the oven, when I open it back up, is that pizza going to be French fries? No. I put a pizza in the oven, I get a pizza out every time. It might be burned or underdone, but it's still going to be pizza. So if I cut up an apple, while I'm cutting that apple, it's going to stay an apple, it's just going to be in smaller slices. I'm not going to cut up the apple and all of a sudden it's going to become chocolate. It's not going to happen. So one input only has one output. So one domain only has one range. One x only has one y. So that's what a function is. The function we are going to be using now is this one. That's the first one. That's a linear function. It's basically, it's not that difficult. It may look funny, but it's not. This was just a little bit extra about relations and functions. I hope it helped, and